this one issue of time management has been with me throughout my entire life, and it's probably the best it's ever been. What do you say to people when they're just eviscerating themselves in those moments?
Well, anyone can try to build a perfect schedule, but I think real time management is about building a resilient schedule. And that is a schedule that can deal with the fact that a meeting ran long or the kids are sort of dilly-dallying on their way to school. And so you just have to build in extra space. And the only way you can build in extra space is by taking on fewer things. And saying, this is how long this is going to take, I'll add in a little extra. I thought I could do 20 things in a day, maybe I should take that down to about 10, knowing that some things are going to run longer, things are going to come up, that's life. We got to expect that, right?
What are we going to do? What would you be willing to give up?
I don't know. I would have to think about that.
Helen's like, nothing. How's that for an answer? I'm willing to give up nothing. I don't know what I could give up either.
Well, you could try scheduling things a little bit longer than you think they will take. So if you think a meeting will run 30 minutes, block in 45, block in an hour. Just trying to leave a little earlier. You can leave a day open in the sort of macro sense of how do we fit things into our lives. I try not to schedule things on Friday as much as possible because that way when things run over from earlier in the week, there's somewhere for them to go.
Okay, so can I do the test of your book really quick to the room? How long does everybody think, want to say hours, minutes, is in a lifetime, in the span of a lifetime? Take a few guesses.
We could give them a hint. So there's 8,760 hours in a year. So we can all do math now.
I went to law school. I can't do math.
Yeah.
800,000 would get you to about 90 years, so that would be.
I would have thought there were millions and millions and trillions of hours in a life. I don't want to go on like this anymore. Yeah. How many hours do I have left where I'm going to sit there and you're bad, you're wrong. I have to fix this.
Yeah, no, we need to feel good about life because it's the only one we have. I mean, one thing I try saying and trying to have other people say to themselves is that really expectations are infinite, but time is finite. And so because of that, we're always choosing what we do. And so all we can do is making sure that we are choosing well. In any given moment, choosing what we would like to be spending some of these precious hours on the planet doing. And if you can always say that you are making that choice, that you are happy about that choice, I think time starts looking a lot different.
Whoa. That's part of why I just highly, highly, highly respect you. The type A in me saw your breakdown and was oh my God, having breathe into a paper bag. But hearing that, I feel so liberated and I feel so incentivized and motivated to meet you there. Do you have any advice for Helen and I other than the profound statement that you just made?
Well, one practical thing is to think about your life in weeks. I think many times when people feel like they are running out of time, it's because they're looking at each individual day. And you get to the end of the day and you say, I didn't do everything that is important to me. Well, of course not. It's one day, but we don't have to do everything that is important to us every single day. So look at the whole of the week and you'll feel far better about any given day. So if you can look at your time and say, well, here are 3 wonderful things I did today, or here are 3 moments when I felt totally in control, then that can become your story instead. I mean, we're in charge of what we tell ourselves.
We're our biggest critics, right? I feel like I'm always my biggest critic. Who really is watching my time management? But me.
What's your theory really quickly before we're done about getting there 5 minutes early and having that window of wasting time or luxuriating in that?
Yeah, well, estimating how long stuff will take is very difficult. And so that's why people are always late, right? That they can't figure out how long it will take to get from place to place or, think it'll be the perfect trip because it once took 15 minutes when there was no traffic, but now there's traffic. Aim to get there 5 minutes early. And because people are often mistaken about how long things take, aiming to get there 5 minutes early means you'll probably be about on time.
And Baruch said that we as a society do not feel comfortable with wasting time. So we will wait till the last minute, or we won't think of it as a goal of like 5 minutes to waste. But he says all human beings waste in every sense of the word. So why, when it comes to time, do we think it's such a sin to waste? And having that 5 minutes to luxuriate and maybe take a moment to say, like, you're doing well. Do you think that that is time wasted, or is that time gained?
Whenever you are happy with how you are spending your time, then it isn't wasted at all. I feel time is so much better when we approach it from a perspective of abundance. And sometimes having that abundant perspective means being willing to waste a few minutes here. And I put waste in quote marks because, again, if you feel good about your time, then it isn't wasted at all.
Then this seems like a solvable problem. Does this sound like something you can apply in your life, what Laura is saying?
I think I love what you said about if we're happy doing what we're doing at that moment, that's all that's important. And I think that I'm going to write that down on one of my stickies that's covering my office.
Laura, I can't thank you enough. I've been such an Uber fan and such an admirer, and I read your book several years ago, and it was one of the most eye-opening books I'd ever read.
Oh, thank you.
And Helen, I'm so grateful that I got to go into this very personal and raw endeavor with a really good person and someone who we both can realize that life is good, we are happy, and this is something we can really tackle. And can we keep in touch about it?
For sure.
Okay, good. Okay.
Thank you.
And Laura, would you please come back?
Anytime.
All right, thank you so much. By the way, there's a man named Dan Glantz who's probably losing his mind right now over our time.